And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of the Qualifier. Welcome back to the qualifying match to determine which of these two players advances on to the main event, to Masters Coliseum number 7. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Chinese Protoss player representing his new team, Team Mystery Gaming. It is Cyan. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Chinese Protoss, the other Chinese Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Firefly. And if you are in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on how you think this series will unfold and who will qualify for the main event. Good luck, man. Good luck. As we settle into this, again, for a little bit of context here, I would say that at this point, both Cyan and Firefly, they are some of the best players in all of China. They are the two best Protoss players in China as well. I think for a long time, I would have said the top two would have been Firefly and Jeshi. But I have to admit, I'm a bit of a Jeshi fan, but I have to admit that over the past 6 months, Cyan has been improving, and Cyan has overtaken Jeshi. I think I have to go that far just based on results, based on qualifiers, based on some big wins and matches that Cyan has been able to take over the course of, again, these past couple of months. And fun fact for those who are maybe unaware, for those who didn't tune into the IM qualifiers that we did cast a couple of weeks ago, both Firefly and Cyan qualified over Korean players, by the way, to make it into IM Katowice. They will be there next year in a couple of months. They will be a part of that big major event. They're both amazing at what they do, but now both players will be clashing. We have a proxy pylon here from Firefly, looking like a proxy. Ooh, I was going to say Stargate. That is a proxy robot. Firefly is committing to a one-base all-in. Now, something I have to also very quickly clarify as well. It's a part of the predictions. This is a best of 3. Best of 3 qualifying match, which is brutal, by the way. Usually qualifying matches are best of 5, but here it's very cutthroat for Masters Coliseum for all regions, including Europe, Korea, including this region, including the Asia region. Only best of 3s. Oh boy. Here we go. So every little misstep, every little mistake will be punished. Meanwhile, with this proxy robot, there should be a war prism. Basically, we're going to be amassing adepts. With this war prism, we can ferry into the main base, and then we can commence immortal production. Meanwhile, this scout is coming in. Cyan is a bit of a diva enjoyer, and Cyan does miss. Oh no! Does recheck and does get eyes on the robo. A good scout here from Cyan. Behind this, defensive robo. Cyan is getting into his own robo production. Shield battery in the main base. He's staying on one base himself. So far, a good reaction. Stalkers are moving out to depower this robo and to intercept the prism. Likewise, adepts have arrived. The prism is going to take a lot of hits. Oh! We just weather the storm. We take the hits to the face. It takes so much damage. The prism goes down, and is that it? We force a recall. Immortal's on the way, but that is a big blow here to Firefly. Adepts, they make their way across the map as well. We're going for the sentries. Shield battery will keep them alive, though. Probes are going down. Likewise, no wall. Firefly gets into the main base, but we have plenty in position. Oh, and Firefly, he's still trying to pull this off. He's down in workers, down in economy, down in army. Things are looking bleak here in game 1 for Firefly. Again, losing that war prism was huge. It does slow down the entire all-in. Immortals are on the way, back up prism as well. Behind this, going for a Stargate. Oh my god. So with that Stargate, I imagine it's going to be Phoenix, not Oracle. Phoenixes will help Micro, help deal with the War Prism, help pick up some of the defensive Immortals as well. Adept's going to be forced to turn around. Immortal chilling back at home. So it looks like Firefly is still looking for economic damage. His ideal here is to get these Adepts into the mineral line. Likewise, Cyan going for his own counterattack. Firefly in position. So is Cyan. But the War Prism will slip in. Gets into the main base, gets one probe. Oh no. But does sustain hull damage across the map. Cyan also slipping in, and very limited anti-air available for Firefly. He has sentries, but sentries, they just tickle the prism, they tickle the units. We get one, we get 2 probes. Phoenix has arrived, and this is how we deal with the War Prism. This War Prism is going to be forced back. We do have a recall available. No, it's on cooldown. And the Prism is going to fall. A nice pickoff from Firefly, and now we're expanding. We're looking to take a natural. Firefly is looking to try and expand out of this. Cyan going for his own expansion as well. Quickly taking stock at the overall armies, I would favor Cyan. Cyan, he has a better army, he's got more stalkers, has an even amount of immortals. Cyan, he could even try to deny this natural. He can just push. And I have to worry for Firefly. Robo is depowered. Phoenix is going to be threatening a counterattack. Cyan will shut down the Robo. Cyan is now ahead in immortals. Ooh, ends up they commit to the shape, but they don't really get much damage done. They get 1 probe. 1 probe, or not even. As we did continue Phoenix production, threatening that mineral line, and with this, Firefly is actually getting ahead in the economy. He's killing off a lot of probes. 4 workers go down. So very nice damage from Firefly. He also has the faster expansion. He's up almost 10 probes compared to his opponent. Oh my god, how did he get so far ahead here? I mean, he has killed a lot of probes, don't get me wrong. Same time, Prism comes in from behind, and oh, he is still getting more worker damage. Oh my god, Firefly is pulling Cyan apart. Initially, Cyan had a good defense, but this is getting out of hand here as we focus down 12, 13, 14 probes. When does it end? Can we get 16? Up. 16 workers. An entire mineral line worth of probes have fallen here. Cyan, he's down to 13 probes. He's all in. There's no turning. There's no way to recover. There's actually no way to recover from here. He has less than half the worker count of Firefly. Yeah, we gotta go. 100%. We're just completely all in at this point. It's all or nothing. The all in has been spotted. And Firefly, what does he have back on him? He has 2 shield batteries, soon to be 2 pylons as well. He has an overcharge, force fields. Cyan is up in army supply. And the Phoenixes would be ideal to defend. They can pick off the Prism. They can also crowd control and lift up those Immortals as well. We need these Phoenixes. We can't throw them away. No! 1 goes down for free. Cyan, he's still in this. The force fields. But Blink is done. We blink into the main base. Phoenixes, they dive on the army as well, picking up whatever they can. Tanking a lot of shots, but Cyan, he's breaking through. One of the Immortals almost gets caught out, but no, it does slip away. And even though Cyan doesn't have an economy, he's got double the army supply. He's depowering the gateways. Gets another pylon as well. Boys are being pulled. Prism's being focused out, but it looks like Cyan has enough. He has enough. He's barely cleaning up the army. Will lose the War Prism, loses an Immortal as well. Who is it? Is it? No! Oh my... Yeah, this is... Cyan, you're winning the fight! Kind of. Now is not the time, as it looks like we may lose our player briefly here. Oh my god, my heart stopped for a moment. But we may have to rebuild here. Rebuild? We may have to remake from lobby. Rehost. As we're nearing the end of the game, the supplies are pretty close. The boys being pulled, the probes are taking a lot of damage. Remember, Firefly, he can afford to lose workers. He can afford to lose probes, so he's doing a great job at just tanking shots. We have an Immortal in the back line as well. We have more Stalkers being warped in. It's a very, very close fight. And we may have to resume from replay because we have lost the Cyan. not like this. Oh my god. So, yeah, we're gonna have to resume from replay. We're gonna have to resume from replay here. Cyan has disconnected, and hopefully we can bring him back in. Hopefully Cyan only briefly lost internet, and hopefully he can recover and join us again. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So yeah, just a really rough time to lose our player, but we're gonna be going on a short break. We're gonna be going on a short break here, and we're gonna be waiting for Cyan to rock back up, and I'm sure he will be available. I'm sure he will be able to join us soon. But yeah, we're gonna have to resume from replay instead, which is brutal as well, just because yeah, that was a really intense fight. That was a really intense moment. And resuming from replay is going to be brutal as well, just because like we have to get into it as quickly as possible, just because it was in the middle of like a really important engagement. So yeah, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to go on a short break. When we return, hopefully we have the continuation of this series. Obviously we have a time limit here. We can't wait forever, so hopefully Cyan will be able to come back to us. We'll be back with an update. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with an update on whether or not we can continue the series or otherwise. See you soon. We are getting back into this. We have resumed from replay. Cyan is back. His internet has been resolved. And we are in the middle of this very intense fight here We're soon going to be getting into our countdown. 3, 2, 1. Then, of course, the in-game countdown as we get back into this fight. And here we go again. Cyan is completely all in. Boys are being pulled. We do have an Immortal in the backline. We have Stalkers coming in as well. Focusing down the Prism. The Prism does fall. But we may have lost the Prism. The Immortals, they still stand strong. And Cyan is still taking a better fight here. Or is he? Guess it's up the Immortal. We trade out the Immortals, but it looks like Firefly, he has too much. He has too many Stalkers. He will clean this up. He will survive. GG gets called, and Firefly will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, a very intense fight there, and did in the end go the way of Firefly. Unfortunate that of course we had to disrupt the flow of that game with the disconnect, but thankfully Cyan has returned to us. He did return to us in the end, and we can continue our series. Whew, and that was a wild game. Remember, initially Cyan was looking damn good. He was looking strong. He was looking powerful. He was initially deflecting and defending against the all-in of Firefly, but then the harassment. Came in. The Phoenix harassment, the Adepts as well. Firefly crippled the economy of Cyan and forced the all-in out of him. He never wanted to go all-in. He didn't. That was never really the initial intention, but he was forced into it just because Firefly was just pulling him apart left and right. GG, well played. Firefly takes the first game, and as we get ready for game 2, a big shout out to Night Phoenix. Thank you so much. Quack, Papi, quack. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I did notice that you were streaming. I think you were streaming a different game before laddering. I think you were streaming something else, but yeah, thank you so much for the support. For those that are tuning in, we just wrapped up with the ESL Cup Asia, just wrapped up with the Asia broadcast, and now we are here with the Asia qualifier of Masters Coliseum number 7, and this is the qualifying match. This is the final series of the broadcast of the night. This is where it all ends, and also everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope everyone has been having a great time here. Fun fact. Here in Australia, we've actually already ticked over. It is Boxing Day here in Australia. It is the 26th, but you know, everyone else in the world, hope you've been enjoying your weekend, enjoying your holidays. Hope you've been able to eat plenty of food. The food is the most important part. And get plenty of presents as well. Spend time with the family and enjoy life. Enjoy the holidays. GG. As we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alkion, we have the Chinese Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Mystery Gaming. It is Cyan. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player, also from land of China, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Firefly. We go. In chat must be a bit appealing, a little bit, yeah. Just I'm sure I hope Cyan can shake it off. I'm sure it doesn't feel good, you know, losing connection and again just losing the rhythm of the game. Like it's so jarring, kind of being pulled out and then having to jump back into not just a game of StarCraft, but also jump back into a fight as well like that. It's like it's not an easy thing to do, especially when you have a lot of pressure on you as well. Not easy for either player, to be fair, but I'm sure Cyan was feeling a lot more frustrations just because it was his internet that did fall and did disconnect. So, a little bit brutal here, but the show must go on. The series must go on. And so far, we have a 2-gate opener from Cyan, 2-gate opener from Firefly. We are mining through those mineral patches, though. Firefly is sending his probe out towards the right-hand side, looking for a proxy of his own. Now, it is very common to go for a proxy Stargate here in this position. We could even go for something different, like a proxy gateway wouldn't really fit here. It looks like proxy Stargate would make the most sense. As pylon has been thrown down, probe scout is coming in, and what's important is that Cyan is going to scout, he's going to check, he's going to confirm that the second pylon of Firefly is missing. The pylon is nowhere to be found. Cyan's is in his main, Firefly's is not. Now, Cyan has to scout and check. He's checking the main, all corners of the main base as well, making sure that there is no pylon. I should be checking the fringe or the edges of the map as well. He's first going to be checking this mineral patch wall, and he should get eyes on the fact that the minerals have been mined, which is his tell that there is a proxy. And once again, it is not a Stargate. Firefly, we've seen it. We saw it against Nice earlier. And we saw it in Game 1, Proxy Robo. Once again, this looks like a prism to drop Adepts into the main. As we have an Adept opener. So, same build, 2 games in a row for Firefly. Game 1, this was shut down, and Cyan, he's checking, he's looking, and once again, he comes across the Robo well ahead of time. Now, because of the positioning though, just because we've scattered the Robo doesn't mean we can deny it. It takes a lot more for the Stalkers to actually get in position. Instead, Cyan going for a counterattack with his Stalkers, going straight for the main. He does come across those Adepts. He's aware. Waits for the shade to complete, and now we're going to be threatening the main. We do have some sentries on the way for a shield battery as well. Oh. And Firefly is committing. We're heading into the main base. Pylon's going to be focused down, but the sentries, they arrive just in time for some force fields. Meanwhile, Cyan, he's in position. Waiting for the dive. Waiting for the prism. Yeah, he's got 4 Stalkers, and he's going to be able to focus down the prism itself. Prism does survive. Adepts, they try to get into the mineral line, and it looks like they will. Looks like probes are going to go down, despite the Stalkers being in position. 3, 4 probes. We're getting a lot of damage, by the way. 4, 5 probes go down, and we threaten another shade. No shot. We're going to get in. We're going to get in. We can get another worker. Another 2 even. 7 probes go down, and we save one of those Adepts. The prism gets the hell out of there. Behind this, we're getting into double immortal production. And Firefly does find himself with a nice worker lead. Meanwhile, Cyan responded with his own defensive robo. 3rd gateway as well. So Cyan, fun fact, actually has more production than his opponent. Cyan, he's going for his own counterattack. He's got the better production. He is down in immortal. Does that matter? The immortal is stuck on the other side of the wall. Firefly is racing back home, trying to keep up with the movement here of Cyan. Cyan is going actually towards that proxy. Proxy is going to be threatened. I was really worried I didn't know what to press. As we do drop the Immortals into the main base, we're going to be forced back. I was like, what the hell did I just do? We're good, we're good. My heart stopped for a moment. As Immortals, again, threatening a dive. Firefly expanding behind this. He has done enough economic damage to set himself ahead. See if he can delay that expansion. Takes down the probe, containing Cyan to 1 base. Initially, it looked like Cyan was counterattacking. Good target firing here on the Stalkers. We do have to retreat. Oh my god, as we just double back in. Just relentless aggression here from Firefly, forcing a recoil as well. Pylon is going to go down, depowering one of those gateways. Oh, do barely keep one of those Immortals alive, and we should save the other as well. Again, a good juggling out of Firefly. He's going to be able to recall back home if he needs to. Meanwhile, Cyan going for his own counterattack. We have plenty of Stalkers in position, and we snipe the prism. We snipe the Immortals as well. This is huge. This is a massive mistake. Cyan going to be losing everything. GG gets called. Oh my god. Just too much of a mistake there. Losing the prism and both Immortals. GG, and Firefly will qualify for Masters Coliseum 7. GG. Cyan just flying too close to the sun there. Did overextend, lost everything. Oh. GG, well played, and yeah, with that, with that, we are done. We're going to be wrapping up here. Congratulations to Firefly. My condolences to Cyan. He did so well for himself. He made it so far, but was not enough, and Firefly will be advancing on. He was coming in as the favorite player, in my opinion. He has been a lot more on fire recently, but yeah, in the end, was a 2-0. As a reminder, best of 3, not a best of 5. So, a bit of a shorter broadcast, a shorter series overall. And with that, we have our qualified player, and we can take a moment here to have a look at the bracket as well. I did want to very quickly have a look at the invited players, actually, if possible. Let's have a look here. As we have a look at the Wikipedia page, and bam! Ah, there we go. So this was the Asia qualifier, the Asia regional qualifier, but we're going to be heading over to have a look at the main event here, because I mentioned earlier that players were invited based on their performances in other SE Boy events like WTL, as well as Kung Fu Cup. And here it is. We have our invited players from the standings. We have Hero and MaxPax as our 2 invited Protoss players. We have Bunny, Björn, Clem, Kior, Maru, and Oliveira. That's quite a lineup of Terran there. Quite a hefty lineup. We have Clem, of course, our most recent ESL Masters Winter Champion. We have Maru, we have Björn, we have Bunny, Kior as well, representing the Korean Terrans, and we have Oliveira alongside them, the reigning World Champion, also going to be representing the Terran race there in Masters Coliseum. Are we missing any big names? Again, Hero Marine is not active when it comes to Kung Fu Cups and WTL, because he's not a part of a WTL team. And he's also doesn't play in Kung Fu Cup, so that's why, you know, Hero Marine wouldn't be here. Likewise, Spirit also isn't really active in Kung Fu Cup too often. He was a part of Psystorm Gaming, no longer, and you know, he was relatively active there as well, but unfortunately just doesn't have the results to be able to actually make it here as an invited player. And from the side of the Zerg, we have Dark, Serral, Shin, and Solar. Very interesting that Raynor didn't make the cut. Hold on, I'm really curious what the standings were like. Here we go, WTL Winter Point standings. Where was Raynor here? Oh no! I was really curious. Where Raynor was. There's Raynor. There's Spirit that we brought up before as well. These are the 2 that, in my mind, would have been above Bunny and Shin. But no, they barely didn't make the cut. Oh my, that was so close. Just barely didn't make the cutoff for invites. This is why it's important to compete in Kung Fu Cup. I mean, Serral has been, you can see here, these empty slots is Raynor not competing in Kung Fu Cups. Is a little bit brutal. But yeah, the WTL standings, they're important. Fun fact. Okay, hold on. Can I zoom out a little bit? Okay. So these are all the weekly Kung Fu Cups at the top. So depending on your standings, you got points. This is why we kept bringing up that, hey, Kung Fu Cup and WTL matters here if you want to be invited into Masters Coliseum at the end of the season. And at the very end, you see there, WTL regular season. Based on your performance in World Team League, you also get points as well. And we can see that Raynor, he played in he played in multiple Kung Fu Cups, but only one did he actually place high enough to get any points. Raynor, he is semi-regular in Kung Fu Cups, but performance-wise, he isn't able to make he hasn't made deep runs in these weeklies. So WTL on its own doesn't carry you, which is crazy. Bearing in mind that Shin and Bunny, they're not even in this season of WTL. Like they were in Code A, which is where these points come from. Oh wait, they're in Mystery Game. Sorry, they're in Mystery Gaming. I was thinking of Twisted Minds. I was thinking of Classic. Classic isn't here because you know, he isn't in WTL. But even though Shin and Bunny didn't really accumulate too many points in WTL, they did accumulate points in the weeklies, in Kung Fu Cup. So they made up for that, and even superseded Spirit and Raynor. So yeah, that's why these events have been having a little weight behind them. They've been very important, and yeah, Raynor and Spirit barely didn't make the cutoff. But they will have a chance to qualify. Remember, the qualifiers here. There are lots of them, and just quickly switch back over. There we go. I say a lot of them. There's one for each region. Very top. We have qualifiers for Europe, Asia, Korea, and the Americas. So there is going to be a chance. There is going to be a chance for Raynor and Spirit to make it. But it's going to be a brutal qualifier because there's Raynor, there's Spirit, but there's also, I mentioned Hero Marine. I'm sure he's going to want to qualify, and only one qualifying match here, so it's going to be a brutal qualifier for every single region. Only one player from each region makes it in, so best of luck. Best of luck. It's 12 players invited and 4 players qualify, so 1 from each region, 16 in total. So best of luck. Best of luck. Well, with that, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thanks so much everyone for the support. Just catching up with the chat. But yeah, hope everyone had a great time. Hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas and their holidays and their weekend, and of course the New Year's as well. We're wrapping up here for the day. There is ESL Open Cup Europe in a couple of hours. It's in 3 hours time. I'm pretty worn out though. I would love to get some food and take a break. We'll see. I may have a nap as well. I might wake up in time for ESL Europe. Otherwise, I will be here 100% for ESL Americas. I'm going to be here for ESL Open Cup Americas, so don't worry. I'll be a part of that. Europe, I'm tentative. I'm very much so tentative about joining ESL Open Cup Europe. We'll see. We'll see. Pretty tired. Pretty tired, Bobby. So yeah, with that, thank you so much for everyone watching. Thanks so much for the support. If you want to follow us, if you want to support us, then socials, !socials in the chat. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. We are all over the place. Again, ! YouTube in the chat. If you want to watch our VODs, we are live currently on YouTube as well. People have been joining us there, just tuning in and checking us out. So again, we do dual stream on both platforms. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for everything here. Again, our next broadcast is going to be ESL Open Cup Americas, most likely. Maybe Europe, maybe. Don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. And every day for the rest of this week, Masters Coliseum qualifiers. Day after day after day after day. We're going to be getting into every single region, whether it's Europe, Asia, and Americas. Those are the 3 that are left over to find out who makes it into the main event. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Again, if you want to support us, you know, you can support us on Patreon. Our Patreon is down there to support our tournaments. We have subscription options available on Twitch, and I think soon membership on YouTube. That's going to be a thing that we're setting up coming into the new year. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks so much for the support. We'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego. Bye. Hasta luego. Hasta luego.